Hey guys, it's Ezra. Today I want to talk about why I don't think the sex offender registry should exist. Okay, the first and the biggest reason is I don't think the American government is legitimate. So naturally, I'm not going to provide any ideological importance to, the enforcement of their laws that, you know, I don't oppose just, by virtue of it being issued by a government that I reject. Even besides that, which I know a lot of you don't really like, you're not radicals. A lot of you probably know that a lot of crimes don't really get the trials that they're supposed to get. A lot of people are getting plea deals. A lot of people are, disproportionately policed. What else was I going to say? And basically, like, the whole legal system is so problematic in itself that it basically cannot serve as a foundation for any kind of registry that people really give a serious kind of, look at. Like, even a lot of the crimes themselves are very broad. They can be consensual, such as prostitution or public urination, or they can basically just lock up the court records and not show you, like, not give you access to court records of the crime that puts someone on that registry. So the government is basically telling you that this person is a criminal of some kind, but you cannot read court records. You can't even know what they did. Besides a charge, you can see the name of the charges, but this is America. Like, do you really trust that, like, people are getting, like, prosecuted for shit they actually did? I don't think so. It reflects also, like, disproportionate policing. Police will go onto gay dating apps, and they'll go after gay men or trans women pretending to be underage, to harass the gay community or the trans community. It also creates a sense of vigilantism, and it basically serves as a humiliation ritual. And if you consider, like, this other, like, compounding part of it where, like, it's disproportionately affecting, gay and trans communities as well as over police communities, you're basically, adding more systemic disadvantage to people who are already, you know, not in the best place in society to start with. And on top of that, there's very obvious high profile cases where it's obvious that someone is guilty of a sex crime, like Diddy, and they get innocent even when the victim shows up in court, even when the victim, you know, goes through the motions, they do everything they're supposed to do, they document it, they have witnesses, and their abuser still gets let go. And, I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried calling the cops, but they're not really gonna do, might actually arrest you as the victim, claiming you did something, just so they can, they can wash their hands of the situation. Of course, it doesn't have to be that dramatic. They can just side with the abuser, they can just say they don't have any evidence or whatever, and they can just drop it. So the whole idea that these same police are the ones who are arresting people and in charge of the legal process for the registry is very strange to me, how so many people just participate in believing, in this. It's basically a public humiliation ritual at this point, because who the fuck trusts the cops or the legal system or anyone really? It's about conformity.